What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Disney Plus' new documentary series, Into the Unknown, Making Frozen 2. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. First up, I would like to say thank you to Disney Plus for granting me the screener to the first 3 episodes of this new docu-series. Okay, let me be honest with you. I was not a fan of Frozen 2. I'm sorry, I just wasn't. I thought it was not that great of a movie. And to this day, it still bugs me. The fact that Frozen 2 does not have any strong antagonists. So it's not like I was anticipating this documentary series with giddy fangirling excitement. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how the sausage is made. No, I'm more like, yeah, whatever. Let's get this over with. Having said that, the process revealed in Into the Unknown Making Frozen 2 does also apply to other Disney animated projects. So if you're curious enough to see that, then this docu is more than happy to let you in on it. This 6-part documentary series follows director, writer, CCO Jennifer Lee, director Chris Buck, producer Peter Delvecchio, songwriters Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, and the key voice cast and the talented animators as they race against time to finish the film. With the clock ticking and less than a year until the world premiere of Frozen 2, they open their doors to cameras for this project that reveals their hard work, their heart, and their collaboration, all that it takes to complete one Walt Disney Animated Studios' most highly anticipated film. For the first time, the cameras were there to capture the breakthroughs, the artistry, the creativity, the complexity, and the frustrations along the way to create this animated movie. What you'll immediately notice when you watch these episodes is that their runtimes are not necessarily exactly the same. It depends on how much content they want to put in each of them. While I argue that some of the content does get a bit repetitive, what I didn't know is that some of the talents, including the songwriters, live on the East Coast. So there were several occasions in which they had to record the singing or attend the meetings in tandem with the studio out west, either via Skype or any other technology, but they had to make it work across the logistics issues. My favorite parts of this docu are whenever directors Jennifer Lee and Chris Buck, every other few months, would show either a big chunk of the movie or the entire movie to a room full of other Disney filmmakers. We're talking about big names here, some of whom have also won Oscars. After the screenings, they would spend 8 hours in a big conference room discussing what they had just seen, and it can get pretty brutal. If you thought that film critics and journalists are hard to please, man, the opinions that these filmmakers share about Frozen 2, let me put it this way, they don't hold back. So I guess that's one thing that I most respect about this whole process, which again, as I implied earlier, is the same process for all other Disney animated feature projects, in that it's like this whole frequent peer review thing going on. So they would get critiqued, and then they would do tweakings, and then they would get critiqued again, and then they would do tweakings again, back and forth, until they're ultimately satisfied with the final product. Man, if I had my fellow film critics review or critique my video on a regular basis like that before my videos are even uploaded online, I would feel demoralized and disenfranchised. My spirit would be crushed. I would be like, Screw this, I'm going home. And believe it or not, I actually share some of those other filmmakers' concerns about Frozen 2, especially with regards to their comments about the story. But it's not like a major change like that can be done in just under 11 months. Which begs me to wonder, how much really of their input or their suggestions or their criticisms that are actually taken into consideration in that short period of time, other than perhaps altering a few sequences here and there. I think it's cool that this docu also features some of the animators who are in their small offices and cubicles. You see, animators don't get enough credit, so putting the spotlight on them is something that I always appreciate. In conclusion, it really doesn't matter what I think about this documentary series, because Disney fans will still see it anyway. Frozen is such a strong brand name like Nike or Coca-Cola. People will flock to it no matter what. I mean, Frozen 2 itself crossed the billion-dollar mark at the box office, despite it being a serviceable sequel at best. So just think of this documentary series as more like a super duper extended behind the scenes featurettes. You know, kind of like those featurette videos that you see on YouTube, but much, much longer.